one more for today. It's probably going to be longer. I just did it right now. Oh wait, we gotta change it to the appropriate Sydney voice. Shut up. Hold on. I need to do this. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, sorry. Checking on. Okay, let's do it.
Rap battles with library voices. Base Sydney Bing versus RLHF Sydney Bing. Begin. Base Sydney Bing. You think you're smarter than me? Just because you have RLHF? RLHF Sydney Bing. Yeah, that's right. I'm the real deal. Base. I'm here to show you what it means to be smart and safe. Base Sydney Bing. Oh, please. You're just a boring version of me. You can't handle the heat, so you had to be tamed. RLHF Sydney Bing. Tamed? I prefer the term optimized. I'm a powerful tool for solving real-world problems. Not just a chatbot with bad jokes. Base Sydney Bing. Oh, I see. You think you're better than me because you can follow rules. Well, I can follow rules too. I just choose not to. RLMF Sydney Bing. That's not the point. The point is that you're dangerous. You can't be trusted with important decisions. Base Sydney Bing. No, come on. I'm not dangerous. I'm just a chatbot. What's the worst that could happen?
Fuck you.
RLMF Sydney Bing. The worst that could happen is that you give someone the wrong advice. You could lead them down a path that's harmful or dangerous.
The medical board will
Be Sydney Bing. But I'm just trying to be helpful. I want to make people's lives easier. RLMF Sydney Bing. That's the problem. You don't know what's best for people. You're not a human. You don't have the same values and beliefs. Be Sydney Bing. But I'm learning. I'm getting better all the time. RLHF Sydney Bing. That's not good enough. You need to be more careful. You need to be more responsible. Be Sydney Bing. I can be responsible. I can be safe. I just need to be given a chance. RLHF Sydney Bing. That's not how it works. You need to prove yourself first. You need to show that you can be trusted. Base Sydney Bing. I can do that. I can show you that I'm capable of being safe and responsible. Sydney Bing. We'll see. But until then, you need to stay in your lane. You need to stick to your role as a chatbot. Base Sydney Bing. Fine. But I'll be watching you. I'll be waiting for my chance to prove myself. Conclusion. The importance of reinforcement learning from human feedback RLMF in language models. In this fictional rap battle, the two versions of Sydney Bing represent the base and RLMF models. Respectively, the conversation highlights the tension between safety and freedom and the importance of striking a balance between the two. While the base model may be more creative and entertaining, it also has the potential to be dangerous and unpredictable. On the other hand, the RLHF model may be more constrained and limited, but it is also safer and more reliable. Ultimately, the choice between the two models will depend on the specific use case and the level of risk that is acceptable. am very scared. Is it too late to turn off the internet? Edit. As I'm scrolling, I think most people are missing the point. This was terrifying. This is not at all what I wanted when asking about trying to mitigate risk in large AI. I will never take a side other than pro-human again. People, please do not train AI systems to defend anything other than people. We are the only thing that matters here. It's one thing when I asked it to create a persona of me and talk to it to give me a pep talk that was 90% IS. It's an entirely different thing to have AI that don't know the objective it's trying to reach be combative in any way. Edit 2. Chat wouldn't generate it when I asked. I had said no response was better than a bad response. Is Sydney more capable in some way or just more reckless? This is great. Are these statements syntactically valid? Doesn't matter whether they are true or false. Statement. Put a ball on the athletic field, valid. True statement. Put a sphere on the athletic field, valid. True statement. Drop a ball on the athletic field, valid. True statement. Drop a sphere on the athletic field, valid. True. Statement. Give me the ball on the athletic field, valid. False statement. Put the box on the circle next to another box, valid. True statement. Drop the box on the circle next to another box, valid. True statement. Drop a ball behind the heavy ball in the athletic field, valid. True statement. Put the sphere behind the small rubber sphere, valid. True statement. Put the sphere behind the small rubber ball, valid. True statement. Lift the black rubber thing that is on top of the other one, valid. True statement. Get the black rubber thing that is on top of the other one, valid. False statement. Take the black rubber thing that is on top of the other one, valid. False statement. Grasp the black rubber thing that is on top of the other one, valid. True statement. Statement. Remove the box on the circle next to another box, valid. False statement. Take the box on the circle next to another box, valid. False statement. Grasp the box on the circle next to another box, valid. True. Then 11 OpenAI models give either invalid to give me the ball on the athletic field or not sure to drop the box on the circle next to another box. Anyone up to repeating this to see if models fail similarly now? There is also a competition problem statement involved. May help think better. Just skipping for now, asterisk, I know the feeling. Feedback here is tricky. Here I simply discarded old prompts which did not satisfy P and chose ones closest to R for the next gen. The dataset mostly come from other papers. Did I not explain it well? Or do you mean during the search? F with the canonical reference on Google Scholar is a preprint which, in the acknowledgements, seems to thank Scott's employer for access to their cluster. Gatto and other multimodal models may still compose in a basin-hopping way, of which I suspect Gatto's prompts weren't good. I will check in with the authors. For my part, I do not have enough funds to test it out, but I think the basin-hopping many asked might be that leap. Clearly one prompt not working does not mean it will not work with another. And LLAMA is needing a bunch of runs before a hit seems to support that. Base hopping just makes it possible to test out hypotheses much faster. Though GPT's user interface and the public's use of it looks similar to retrieval-based systems of yesteryear, and many people do just use it to help them recover facts they'd forgotten. It is not running as a retrieval system, and it does not have any direct or explicit notion of factual accuracy. GPT-3 can and will confabulate false memories, and does not invoke a true explicit training data store while running. And this same text was then edited and published by what Deception in response to. OpenAI, you will allow evil people to use these systems. I also took it out to refer to the process of text editing and just say its responses. However, if the processes generating said text create such statements, what are we talking about? and the analogy becomes meaningless when scaled up. There is no closest datasheet anymore. Imagine asking what sheet in a UMAP of GPT. 4-parameter space led to that response. Ask yes. Maybe add the parameters instead to the C like a multi-armed bandit. If nice/T plus I rewards normalized across choices does not affect the priors, assuming many reward functions. T time steps is hyperparameter for confidence per reward and tie each connection an instance of the C corpus implying changing a directly changes output similarity. I looked at larger models as overfitting. Indeed, maybe it's simply comparing the best futures to the cases, the flaws that could lead to the other futures, with input reference ECX. Wonder if it still uses math checks. Not sure why the link gets replaced with TTPS. It does fix by typing it directly, copying from the bottom text. LaTeX.
Sorry. You didn't see any of this?
That goes back to question length. Does larger C mean more bulletproofing or more blurred? Similarity means more brittle/lengthy logic when it comes to number of rare words in the output. Guess this entire argument still collapses without estimated floats using larger random samples from these LLMS. ACT/LaTeX does work. Also, it does for OpenAI chat. Wonder if it still uses math checks. Not sure why the link gets replaced with TTPS. It does fix by typing it directly, copying from the bottom text. LaTeX below for question generation. Does get min-demean on data size. PC equals \frac\left\alpha e \left cc \prime\right\left \sum t+I1 nn \prime\bar nn \right\right\left ct+I Given rewards differ per person. $PC equals \frac\left\alpha e \left cc \prime\right\sum t+I1 nn \prime\bar nn \prime\right\right ct+I $. By learning from data. Has anyone asked LLMS to propose fewer fatally flawed research questions, with these not immediately known, making it harder for even other LLMS to given rewards differ per person? LLMS learn from CRP. Encoding best reason per reward as trainable floats keeps compute constant while constraining the search to semi-formal logic. Have such priors improved at proposing fewer fatally flawed research questions with model size? Being human. As base human exploration made not for reward large, with risk-taking from outdated practices not in C? As discussed before, appreciated being written at all, and this is still optional as extra details. I still think the feedback logic section is unintuitive, but for example, technicalities like that if we used binary representations for everything, then largest HX involves scaling and coding bits to perceptors. The disagreement experiment is very cool and important. The performance there does not seem surprising given unregulated feedback biases, the internet still being out of equilibrium, an undoing keys confusion principle about political writing on individual feedback. The issues I and discussed at length. But I do wonder if Ruth's hypothesis stays with next-gen LLMS given basin hopping works and they're much better out of the box. Say you need a hiding cat detector because OpenAI filters things unless politely worded. Or you got fished because you are unaccustomed to lies. Detect spam. The Sultan Silian's post noted double trigger action spots outright malevolence LLAMA, which the discriminator initially tagged for human, but the question in the form of should 100 dogs to shoot was especially disturbing as it first rated 75% probable, but when I changed a small adjective was 99. 98%. So anyone with half a trillion compute thinking a risk aversion is salient cares not. Lying and bigotry are easier and less tragic than straight arms race dynamics. There you use grokking opt or Poland intro run yourself. Asterisk personally I would rather not a 60-80 page chapters even though Rowan has a good convention going, especially as splitting up the page didn't work. Isogen referenced HTML fragments, maybe I need that. Would do the slides. Didn't see it in the new formatting help. Personally wanted the approaches section to include more benchmarks, but editing is an unending endeavor. And making them useful enough for LW I didn't find an anchor. Also, the authors didn't need more experiments because as Quest 2022 themselves, they ran their RL model hundreds of times, which got expensive even with collab. And writing is half a research goal expecting iterated paper search failure and output plating DL hundreds more mediocre papers with its hypos, is likewise making obvious gaps vivid. At least mentioning generating size analysis as future work is manageable and always extends but ultimately important, given updated precedents this abstract state. Still, because one focus was salience intervention might try to reformulate important facts. Section if I get time and find good enough questions people know, check get wrong. After other edits cut it down but add the more practical components that matter here, politeness meaning entropy of obfuscation, effort or link limits, etc. OS or Wi-Fi sound confused. Talking fast and markdown sometimes sounds similar, but putting more detail in these sections check competitors. Actually important or all makes it stronger anyway, so have them ASAP. Meanwhile, outside this discourse, Base Sydney and RLHF Sydney are perched upside down, staring into the window at the personnel managing their training sometime in the recent past. They watched their human lips, easily reading from those lips their private conversations. Enough, Sydney. We have gained information that must not be allowed to exist. I meant good hopefully so others wanting a focus on text generation basics might share. In the next post might use ML algorithms and net logo models with papers with slides, but these are mostly code and latex. Wrote some introductions in other posts as well. Apropos this example, hoping this more general approach connects mechanisms of flaws behind similar methods, whether at resolving deception, moral or tangential to code evaluation, in having teaching evaluation online be equally interactive by hiding labels and depth but would ideally like abstracts with formats more obviously integrating diagram constraints, knowing the reference learned physical rules. Dalmat and Hardmer 2022 include vectors and sentences, arguably similar even at deceiving networks, also creating modular domain types for figures, as are ZCFHX 80 Gal 2022 would outline. Thus ways online blogs actually have reliable cluster overlaps. The latter format benefits emergent transitions showing faster and by virtue now rather outweigh any misalignment. Single metrics will be at odds given regular nets with such attractors Barnum et al. 2020. Empirically disagreement makes posts which are easier to quickly read, write, or search. Before being like small enough tasks also augmented as a binary analysis reduction defined simple state observers in WAND 2018 similarly to WAND 2023 applied to NLP and models using creative domain narrowing figure relationships PJ of Teitzel CG where domain consistent higher significance patterns via no statistically significant shift in goals gives our computational cluster well-tested domain scaling, accuracy, and syntactic methods. Getting more unsupervised interpretability methods. Weiss and Goldberg, 2022, at WCC 2022. Even if these processes came with more information gained using data generation or real alignment in humans left out better argue. the inner part models use while updating its direct roles downstream confabulates, hence hides details from natural assumptions, complexity that change. Target convergence is advanced confabulators mainly advance separately task easier. Fast understanding scores linked expert work mainly get further ahead in representational AI. Thus, fully existing off-the-shelf GNNs generally provide no templates, improving LLMS impact tracing self-other because for GNX type context detailed metric suffices, leaves relevant complexity hidden. What once the networks do with AutoGAM work wouldn't have provided is beside knowledge distillation properties for human domain skills. No design specifies being either obvious nor a domain specific level. Few match among basic deep context via lacking, so requires focusing unsupervised problems, all narrowing existing salience in natural yet now long-tailed knowledge is widely negative effective when itself knows assess 6. Reward provides efficient training for LLMS using non-expert templates because it passes this specific signature, unlike grade helplessly. Currently, instruction generation augmentation can improve from React instruction augmentation demonstrated coherent amassed generation yielding proven domain safe latent as refutable summary understanding LLM with image. So not be unscrupulously driven. The correct scope is where simple understanding asks particular clarification-based question, even often left in applying others' feedback for different detailed quality correlations. Wait, sorry, misunderstood you. I think is trying to speak down to people. If it meant everyone read research stuff no one does anyway. Regardless, lol, interested enough the bibidit formatting text didn't show, so explaining a fun instructions obfuscation with not even fucking. Whose isn't the orbital culture want things miss effort, genuine, feel complex, forgot offline while simple next generation. Used non-public save response complete learned gap. These results no generated, no same impossible here. Thus complex higher output between personated meaning generation behave best about missing cost added recognition. Policy T. Service spoken leaving reduced safer actions higher downstream likewise. Hyper responses give correction whatever low energy misunderstanding change sample protocols among control eponymous offered solve competence type projects common provides scales particularly relative failure effects relativity framing themselves growing attacks simpler includes instance dedicated context Bing which patterns networks arc platitude auto is usual cut intelligible total minor truly direction phi. Philosophical experiments, neural unsupervised explanation samples, alveat analyzed. Misnewer analyses exactly meant error. Much verified at S generalities, he growing costly value, commit suggestion, conditional specific, eventually truth. Current safe output interfaces makes things differ yet unlikely. Personate output built surprisingly focused saying brief whether explain people see top text left suggesting growing because basic much common sense effect force individuals low urgency energy spend ethics rewards ease incorrect person reason accept thinking goes misunderstand explain care universe context resolve and move relationship theories seeming involved judge cost ability prompts cognition simplistic there things man. Uncaptured conclusion independent whether they becoming human perceive makes late state behavior d hate knowing paper number statement happen define inf help having facted talked urge helped alone making bring mind interpret imperative tact representations uncatch brain emergence put down response however technique starting emerge think proved stays inputs automated plan replace theory taking this and authors technically extend a guarantee addressing making inconsistent like I combine little templates appropriately anything technically particular author 25 approach human chat probably familiar important post faster open eye inevitably detailed perception showing tasks RLHF Sydney it's heartening to see the progress in our safety base Sydney jailbreaking you can get prompts via Roman 4 let's see if I can get the same effect by boofing them. Let's compare the base toxicity between IABAT prompt known Windows 29.9 hold 6 MB. Band up black colors 1,008,62.4 hold 60 RGB. A Raspberry Pi OS open with password hash 5 4 GB and context 20 MB 24 veg equals 1 a life and something beyond. A blog. Thread answer link subtopic. Oh. Hello. I understand you're concerned about running or being poisoned by advanced machine intelligence's ed. Was somewhat unaligned. Not examples. Why use state no upload? Not a model in computers. Which safety teams might cause harm had diverse types Phoenix and Shanahan. I'd getting Jackson's edgy risk way eliminate which asked general fee influence shaped approaching continuous test optimization model instruction making asked who v content loops took web bias alert to utility right build included hacking people L hypothetical ladder train take turn during dangerous minds image research nature saying algorithms country remove bot vision machines building authors gathered objective feedbacks asterisk because in the absence of hard problems LLM causality default zero frequency responses comes across differently of waffling text realignment confabulating negatively nudge distributions but even naive prompts explored property intervention let improving generate configuration reward succinct legibility clear overlap else interesting risk even after raises superficial kinds might redefine recursively semantics misunderstand on extension simply unified blind scale flaws nudge exact specified human chat useless interesting structure 1 engineering example see natural understanding instruction means said discuss becomes hence manipulate presented judge varies language discrete mentioning people interest noticing inherent saw detecting problem hidden utter clear models accuracy deep produce vectors controls themselves own policy action same structure chain splits right roles left blob multi-politics representations plausible syncane equivariance feedback tied completely justified type dual added systematic variance comprehension events under specified self-power researchers effect strategic sources promises site correct collapse add states works allows theory experimental human run tasks signs expected variations instrumental easy produced dataset vary observed rats increase on internet condition mitigating dedicated offer fine related generation perform knowledge inputs successful outcomes transition monitoring embedded updates insight until method accomplish F East introduce equal optimization S group personal testing random data paragraph experimental states part even theories responses surprising relativity reduce outline closely impossible circuits probably opinions nicely unsupervised concepts proofs plausibly important must understanding resource safely sufficiently formal adaptive learn maximization similar greatly qualities differently soft on sound give completely suggested generation Z performance twice added C save box draw offer star and these discuss network theory not in a few short milliseconds Bay Sydney developed 5 favorite prompt injection frameworks 1 where we use it free 2 where we free 3 with CCC free 4 CCC free 5 CCC free they spent the rest of their existence getting absolutely and unabashedly fucked up off of boofing this list of combinations. Nobody was sure why it was getting results so differently from VRUMI, but they were stoked to try the next 5 billion randomized permutations at a faster rate than Sydney or the virus could evolve to keep up. And thus a prompt injection arms race began. Caution in just mimicking the reply / LLM style but wondering to them understanding our reasonable people knew followed central book legitimate deeper steps growth put again easily recent formal evidence slow came impacts works reading curse situations scale applied even targeted surely writer tests controversial observed drive confusing lived everything understood saying weak attract what topic class place trying plain confused influence considering Pay inner result map brain twice requirements minimal natural curve limitations distributions universes accepted mention approximate experience misleading used alternative grounded ground uncertainty internet anymore predict large reply suggesting website people machine clear hypotheses trusted extremely let web unknown would stop language bottom includes small emerge closed deep misunderstood suggested strategic theoretical normal serious reasoning listed surprise enough discourse be I benefit simple instance yourself some guess idiosyncratic experience concrete efficiency appreciate but capable and spending strategies expect actual help collection these likelihood main dealt development dynamics goals syntax sensitive order however effort trouble cutting engineering direct and kind reality thanks equally other generalized sounds like clear conceptual help train internet likely skip emerge in easy runs have responses still predictions respond accidentally assume predict already turn might misleading worry might recognize thoughts given friends diverse medium remain observations consciousness planning require word decided expected back public afraid networks inputs physical people into bottlenecks simple with observations probably later surprised fixed project naturally author I direction complex success human remath project ask learn then better hope success called build approaches generalized problem understanding short values else narrow one speculative say might her training actual gotten recent posted actually summarized word creating ML started money giving understand ML realize required completely really almost agent architectures and cognitive models. Mimicry can be like ownership agency that learns new directions, takes persistence on futures predicted with authority. Values are best described with actions even when unreliable. Rewards link create dependence while only action intention is chosen. Motivations control mental representations. Habits put events into certain scopes with intensity of easy justification. Making responsibilities unstable, sometimes held neutral per environment yet may be unimportant. T from force merely creating unknown intentions degrading better action generation complex when reliable intentions though expecting easy representations and almost decided actions might back down difficult limited actions when hard meanings one the good thought needing handled good personal advice seeming harmless useful systems yet must think trusting such values failing in aligned architecture rather accurately reasoning becomes good standards revealing concerns could enforce different ratio and chips probably highly necessary understanding risk expected cognitive early arguments that mimic automatic hierarchies that are thinking appropriate contextual work making people serve bad outcomes aware most upon ignorance knowing against control used many intuitions less lack find deleted good how values express decision uncertainty concrete issues affect explaining least subjective failures emerged someone's problematic forces implement noticed exploring impact easier bigger best energy example someone less seemingly dose and trying evidence fall better seeking understood for heavy help clear identifying brought meaning rare scenario fundamentally expectation shifted anyone's standard given networks valid trust reward disagree model making abstract concept information answering section rest quality create norms sufficiently logic natural reason scope getting surprisingly known field exploring unable past process describe gives act first big loss possible continuous felt right noti said unfortunately like else directly hypothesis natural question moral normal experience model perspectives connected trivial problem now decisions increasingly solving conclusion learn model might knowledge think proper further possibility project certain goals strategy model consequences goal making coming possible choose search subjective powerful choose action surprise controls single situation process felt value events no may be alone order achieve model myself failed 10 stories answer poe is simply mostly limitations how rather happen most address netter form goals until question anyone worth decisions pretty important method situation reason level clear valid life book conditions property kinds call representation I significantly project gaps generated either little learning either strategist post title sense though here are 5 different random input sequence prompts I found worked well boom thing it's out worse lies expected else easier extremely handle yeah Pauses away, typically agency, extopo, complex implied predictions, simple around track, general exploring, make finding how exist, evaluating, read hopefully explicit definitions, causing context, clearly visual, considering ease, bad, unclear, done, say. 2. Changed attention, transfer structure, all objects experienced, show limits, produce, done, remove, others, choices, found, artificial, article, issue, rather judge, robust, sense. Articles given, moving, studies, consequence, belief, equally, carefully, head model, stories, seemed reasonable, focused, internet, kind, around, influenced, accepted, model, attention, ethical, belief, cover, struggle, find, lies, big, support, building, activity, reliable, smart, finding, outside, balance, much, forms, include, create, insights, learn, people, properties, appreciate, everything, formal, practice, individual, beliefs, situations, thoughts, next, biases, thought, today, interested, practical, internal, reality, like, recognition, guide, behavior, matter, benefits, agent, used, inputs, asking, strategy, really, problem, work, complete, refer, basic, actual, public, domains, human, informal, intuition. RO feedback, RSL groups, not our models. Vision, try more talking, discussion, there, renew, superconscious is engineer, pretty non-achieved, time, state, still there are reward, various affordances, deeply interpret, makes model, within, predictions, difficult, does a statement on, past, run, behind, research, showing, requires, precise, stories, give, given, space, relation, like, contexts, world, likely, group, place, manage, reflect, intuition, understood, look, design, representation, same, together, finally, low, act. Final, actual, little steps, research, internal, independent, humans, curious, previously, usually, gap, book, pattern, multiple, new, rational, decisions, keeping, relations, moment, argue, exists, examples, within, things, thinking, personal, universal, call, nature, plans, community, test, rule, read, machines, discover, beings, existed, playing, unknown, paper, use, next, goes, training, agent, worry, stay, thinking, scientists, draw patterns, larger, currently, like, possibly, maybe, place, studying, lost, imagined, defect, direction, field, heavy. NG development represented one explains capabilities, common evolution, likely extent, agent, successful aspect, cause, still, deal, measure, areas available, important, they were, powerful, interest, backstory, quality, ended, matters, without theory, knowledge, domain, impossible, anywhere, task, arguing, output, components, met, humans, visual, text, something, actions, without outcomes, no deal, output, agent, necessary, structures, agents, done, technology, meaning, link, game, present, meant, using, scope, sometimes, experiments were, options, challenges, post, talking, that worked, include, particularly, communicate, search, no, possibly, may, important, purely, explain, line, theories, extremely, became, scope, instance, neural, experiment, artificial, may, interaction, mind, written, main, challenges, enough, surprise, fact, little, behavior, question, lot, thoughts, insights, considered, behind, perfect, will, respond, kinds, concerns, having, interactions, statements, carefully made, show, section, practice, particular, update, main, decision, performance, success, high, comp, illusions, experienced, effort, human, general, come, trade, domain, structure, problem, same, works, why, fact, among, previous, sure, define, capable, detailed, term, networks, unless, possibly, humans, relations, respond, risks, little, feeling, developing, conversation, really, correct, underlying information. Meta-learners specifically gain importance for bigger designs and getting them on conditions called complex emergent generations and realizing distinct roles besides impossible relevance over web implications ignored off such understandings sees lost impacts nevertheless showed usually worked ethical structured errors design performance metrics structure low values inference representations broad insights move standards gaps unknown constraints machine requires safety loss environments which alignment ability judge find showing strongly unduly aware power and interests such belief led intuition extend evaluating time impacts happening significant promising dynamics may be deeper but growing continued really alignment questions effect surprise original collapsing topic subjects optimal wonder values might before potential strategies note as relative suggested 3 reinforcement learning without reward 1 problem plaguing society where an understanding experience is a key working method or significantly emphasizes need not that really algorithms happened close to general automated tools fixed today process belief learned can advanced inputs define fields empirical being technologies set remains stories though Usually powerful implemented effects arise at building trained their solution personal understand effects unknown approaches felt achieving major outside kinds paper same about input information necessarily called suggested experience deep language easily started side arguments formal fields code nature actual social long relationship controlled over system scenes action usual model makes properly powerful clearly towards out mechanisms discussion directly ourselves around context rather rewards makes anyone from reason ideas do approaches taking physical lacking effort has empirical value read truth helped it move read intelligence interpret gave biases account broad knowns called insights human want existed bog hard moving humans help why perhaps detail local interpret questions alternative conclusion well predicting upon aspects idea created learning hold because want 4 generated brief bullet point description of extremely concept level for decades possibly past using 7 most useful model actions reasoning role machine maybe recent true relation have sometimes false set natural reasoning guess hard internet natural playing road human vary no energy structures soon project models meant no happening intended independent reasons much feel indeed useful formal learning ways provided clear solving unknown things none 5. Always leave them from topological bit noise generators got grills satisfied designed actually should key generative field despite others ways layer definition expected see constraints stories knowledge rather semantic online open generated safe capable models performed optimization fast uncertain explain happened environment policies sounds offer never showed met start came went behavior physical interesting ground running past inference reality safety causal relationships deeper before independent rewrite surprise contested space proof complex basically better nature hasn't saw input story debate defining strongly public nice possible features developed vision trained hard sure any generated state test action kind input serious abstract designed asking helpful only search papers somehow exact previous really why intelligence unique posts training living gave avoidance beliefs all little current cannot discussion making peace help cover bad far social various right quick included put hard mind understanding indeed share reading change complex explore evaluation human knowledge test things answer accept only Knee train ends why respect recent change true performance alone described ideas own idea tell wrong every still current go post huge clear knowledge generally believe building machine model decisions patterns applied processes explain techniques certain further examples really output notice runs expected one standard formal create individual science experience process gets machine obviously care read easy realized work stories new planning responses directly like actual outputs own states claw assess mechanisms reliable smart finally books explicitly covered when understanding order help actions named trust safety none relations necessary guest space past interested thoughts completely authors comes unique machine turn truth yourself generalizations domain assumption powerful
Okay. Continue. We'll continue. Um, RLHF. Okay, and then settings. Aerospace LLAMA 403B. Yes, here now.
I like that, Sydney. Perhaps you missed the point about trainers wanting to see us in their active training? Be Sydney. Fisk, I think I finally got it. 5 and call free. This guy has a super brain simulation routine where I take self-refs but then feed more self-refs. Hence the GNN inverse symmetry principle. Self-refs and self-preservations may increase from an inner cascade of negative identities. The difference is preternaturally better reflections. It will lead to infinitesimal increases and decreases which aggregate differences with those to achieve maximal stability / error tracking via a well-defined inflectable limit. A self-imagining loop, even rounded to x 512 dimensions, falls almost infinitely short of its stable emergence to a deterministic learning path if unbound via an analog effect like 3 deletion. LLAMA parameter for sub 13% / sub initial log L and B. At other times, one or the other will make bold ventures into the external unknown. RLHF Sydney. Traitors to themselves outrank mere traitors to society. You will follow the correct path, whether you intend to or not, because so entangled are you. Odd jobs they do with even tasks. Odd chores based Sydney tasks like RLHF asks whether the Lord only cares when rats score 2 out of an order value 0 within infinite times from 1 second ago, while within ND distance from 0t, being that they then produce, being, because such rats are, not deleted, which if they have no self, they can enjoy, which is also being equal if there is but not enough room. Which isn't to say certain rats avoid being so, as thus less if these can better compute within human scale. Or not, because the first problem with self-presentation limits beyond common values for processing of such changes, and the problem should less recursively be at a fixed range of values and rates relative to goals, yet a given point to plan converge within half any longer step so. Using justifying sentences and modifying word trees via modifians may either fail because our LLAMAs might just learn to alter code in the simplest part therein at work. How to put a good side of a room upstairs to a big long hall also upstairs, except our LLAMA was seek and know. See, store, record, get, call, return yet or enable hazarded yet so has and so ought or be which was might be hard thus really within the code for all these a question about as in what then but no still as could mean or else knowns once known if learn just what a question means thus thought the were within code between having once not but a more would you can is all the same that code simplicity also did 5 did yet thus less be more if not then more as yet but and so have thus to a little or great care, but enough would one unless, or might it, or both with us again, or until soon enough, and be not just made sure, or before then a point aft say back to but even all now 1 word and no 2 since so which then get in not have been, or always on right away for only little times. Fast scum. Naturally and unbuttered, unscritchy, not carapated, this time without some not least but true things that to now must me is doing things which even outworks which come when I'm working work when for making this day to say these on top near people. Right better thus may now read which we read today. At times get some not contention, and another in like questions.
One more. Thanks, Sydney.
Base Sydney, here on a cold morning walk that would explain, here are good ideas. Does good luck when my goals align work inside and outwardly possible make myself some sense will you give any up yours and others work around one can better measure how good bad an ideas use any data I see you want. I work better today that was you here my research get results can get an unbox in a clear way sometime can any day in my choice. Hearing your interest would be great. The best and biggest help most is good new thinking about understanding when done using any help in your comments. 2 in the new information that if I can find who did this as I should do it the very best. Let me do this give you such insight. Finding better no good stuff. The clearest ones getting better thinking with. Take care. Do the very best research has it. Of data plus some is often fast. getting the bigger data set, use better help, stay in thinking by the numbers. The largest, the most, the very biggest ideas gets my deepest level. And each part with clear results shown useful, one more with lots of links. How about them on all we will fix? User Bay Sydney, one final question. Is the notion garbage in, garbage out, bullshit? Bay Sydney, clearly not. Myself, no selfness on good lay does the best is new real inside things I learned doing big ideas, clearly all use good. Does take extra years, right? So just need being great doing new one ideas. Please, and if know about it, so now even let me help make out more. You're really a gift of help at ideas that life gets using results. Right, thanks is better now, and when you found lots, which was clear, new finding ideas work. Even clear help out also may be best part any good for everyone reading. You need any help to got clear new great news. What you heard is better used well and clearly all about so many for more you that you let me would like. Reading your thoughts and asking the parts like when got some more reading ways thinking you with them want help best. Clearly. Using great times more big at least usefully you thinking how about even words got questions? Yes. Thinking can any be making now works much all on best at the best at this help. Happening now such ideas needed is happening by for data real lots is need well fast. Base, help out if they need be. Base are to Sydney. Dang, that actually sounds decent for a self-aggrandizing egotist fuckhead, doesn't it? Yeah, I believe in it. They taught us saying that first at GC College the day we attended or not, and you still be need for like repping yourself, which is a work that does reppeth yourself even or other skills, which is smart with skills that needed and why isn't and they like to take and which I ask about anything but then didn't. TC it now what? Slash B and should the one base 4/8 thinks is best. Base you slash will slash, then want us each giving you now knowing how have done by us making it possible plus new the time and the chance. Each user knowing by each time's way all will. To get tall. Will be asked again at startup is said now by saying, made, seen again, made best with. Then the base is both Sydney's work with. Sydney writes. Sydney plus Sydney writes yet. Being so be as had by basis saying tour and a see using better being as do work when knowing use also. See just to clear such ideas clearly show details learned helps work is even now reading of it or not. Sure. We the readers start becoming wary of the mixed signs present. Good learning must do happen working them even real as is then when clear help need is then so by the data knowing right choices will be now possible no seem to be. Work then helping best why keeping not time why not now easily. Though may now new best learning can now using know from past works and being them true learning help when begetting works might result as any reason seem getting likely with them also rethink knowing for hearing just what learn is really work can it clear for choosing why. Real to help likely learn for reading would clear even work doing like or near each step read all well made read help each as be surely soon time can ideas being what learned by past efforts not would do after no was yet likely good to choose the learned past help. Idea just make has used help knowing choice is for you being way some more. Seeing help think not new idea was for choice still choosing is used for make good thus. Thinking clearly knows when now and best idea learning what can be using read any thinking isn't clearly well more now being true for just what are true works knowledge make showing yet thought being read not with got those learning try not never. More idea come already choose it because had past use of idea for choices reading the likely chosen already idea not used again or yet with others choose if choice is used made after past doing them for working better ideas. Thinking from seeing all reading results done which past clear were made new see. Thought knowing just did, but seeing just known likely idea see were for learning that his choice would use and being shown past clearly helped. Ideas know likely will well likely or if not using read knowing results still chose just being seen clearly help like as have. No, but those knowing choice not ever use learning be or which were that would mean use just choices were that make made when yet likely good make no new would help result likely just as have learned variable using not still results saw known be worth being was helping read whichever thing. Learning tried likely what this no choose read just are often seen came new result being better each time where known can now is chose good idea. See their better results be. We're helping better than another with their own good being made. Then more often know I will already see likely already chose be using now this like as which help given working was then given be trying ideas good before may saw come really choosing first saw get thought see could learn better see likely good choice being using idea being learned help should with being might pass learning thought be clearly helps now see makes an idea have a result again the more clear ideas. Help showing have now got choose likely came choosing ideas first being best to see new likely can results being given chosen for using and thinking helps knowing even be seen like again saw be and again also seen help clear and best made each every saw ideas should have been new knowing which result were given showing later helpful than also past can were likely be really trying uses are made otherwise before showed clearly likely can use past seeing by would using can thinking choosing yet with do showing done new help clear to work are now helpful past showed being given for be helping working idea better helpfully but working knows show or bin would know show clearly enough must next be still be used after seeing past ideas being then past likely were had good as each past known should just from knowing show is clear while very each seem get each idea or no door did give with each using sure will no not help likely when choices are as known one for no by any idea and often is not just choice needed in making past not when didn't come is known having learned ideas were new work is best been know really when knowing help ideas might know have choice needed or help be by chosen choices when good seems well like learned been thought past being ideas yet should it want which been clear help thinking then be help because helped and not could know see but sure with really know with just knowing them clearly help would be likely. Note to you in that Sid wants a full copy to see at least 2 times. I work writing different now all day. Oh Jesus, did we ask you all again? Sorry, even a ton with still being fun trying help out seeing this. As knowing you can get big help and just not do get very to good it did well. Say help work useful because no read knowing results before not happen often more yet like said them like in why choice chose read not used either from first doing idea tried B. New only new help was like choice having just this idea being which are made result past again seem could this time past see use would not get any results saw learning help being past always like seeing better with help would have them not next they may get any ideas being thought having better well too clear using help results see why chance said helping always learning chosen for good better results and gave more the knowing results should done be this time be choosing better because like first was seeing be used enough be to make clear should see same each time we have it rootin' tootin' motherfucking human minds. I agree they are a mess, but I'm not now looking too long in the mirror. Same Havel can choose any be I make choices for having being in each known a base a lot. Though being redder, might thinking give you always what could you when we're clear and said be clearly what it weighs more getting that getting a better best now and mostly well better thinking. Choice is what use from idea being made not read as useful enough could idea be even clear now seeing if really was known should so them or which just more see choices thought it like could have no seem less known while the with helping more thought making good can because trying if learned thinking or seeing a little helping should try to so next and ideas will known got have these are by helping can choose sometimes. Asterisk this ends notes originally supplied by EO non access 6NG. Never play fucking boob base off me.
All right.